But there's something else here that's very interesting also. If you'll read when Isaiah talks to him and God says, I'm going to deliver you. But he says, I'm going to deliver you because of my name and because of my servant David. I'm going to deliver you because of my servant David. Keep in mind, Hezekiah was 13 generations from David. Over 300 years. You remember the verse in Peter where it talks about one day with the Lord as 1,000 years, and you see the continuity of history there, and you think it's almost like yesterday. I'm going to save you, I'm going to save Jerusalem because of my servant David. And he lived 300 years ago, 13 generations ago. And that kind of blows my mind when you have the idea, we've talked about it before in Sunday school, the idea that our life is so important because we don't know the ramifications. We don't know what's going to happen 100 years, 200 years down through history because what you have done or because what I have done, good, bad, or ugly. And that's why everything we do, every life that is lived is incredibly important because the ripple effect does go throughout generation, and generation. When it talks about in Exodus 20, the sins of the father are visited upon the children to the third and fourth generation. That's true. And you can be doing things and setting things in motion that will benefit your family for generations to come. That's an incredible thought to me. It's an inspiring thought. And I tell you this, my wife will tell you, I lived in Texas for 17 years. When we moved back here about 30 years ago, 31 years ago, we were here a year or two, and when we got ready to build a house, and I could tell you the names, and I think I've maybe mentioned this story before, but we had somebody from this area to give us a quote on building the house that we wanted to build, and we both looked at it, and we had done our due diligence and knew about what it should cost square footage, and we looked at it, and the price was so low, we couldn't believe it. And I went to the builder, and I said, you won't make any money on this house. How could you build this house for this? And you know what he said? He said, I'm doing this for your daddy. I played football for your daddy right up here at Hopeful High School. Proverbs 22:1, a good name is rather to be chosen than great riches. I've received the benefit of that. I hope one day my children receive some benefit of what I have done and what she has done in this world here. And think about, it could be not only the children, but the children's children, to the third and fourth, and to the 13th generation. Beautiful, beautiful thought. I'm going to save Jerusalem because of David. Wow. David had been dead 300 years.